How many more witnesses do you expect today?
I expect to call 16, Judge.
16, okay.
Yes, Judge.
We'll do our best then. And again, we'll try and end by 5, but if we need to go a little bit later, I'll do my best to accommodate everybody.
Thank you, Your Honor. Yeah, a lot of the witnesses should be shorter and things along those lines, so we figured since we were able to cover almost 21 yesterday, try to be optimistic.
Y'all are doing it very efficiently, so I have no problem with that. How many more overall do you believe you have witnesses?
Just 16, Judge.
Just these then?
Just these, yes.
Okay. Then you are moving along efficiently, so, all right. And then from the defense side, and we'll have a discussion with the defendant later, so we don't have to have that now. I will say, Mr. Davis, there may come a time where you will have the option to decide whether or not you want to testify or not testify. You don't have to make that decision right now, but I just want to make you aware that that decision will be yours. No one can force you to testify if you don't want to, and no one can prevent you testifying if you don't want to. But I want you to have the opportunity during the day to discuss that with your attorneys so that when time comes for me to have that discussion with you, you've had sufficient time to talk with them about it, all right? Other than that, do you all have any witnesses you're planning on calling? Okay. All right, so that helps out in terms of scheduling. Any other matters the court needs to address prior to bringing in the jury this morning? From the state?
Nothing from the state,
Anything
Judge.
from the defense?
No.
Okay. I know y'all are kind of still getting set up a little bit, so just let me know when you're ready and we'll bring the jury back in.
Who's the first witness?
Okay. That's fine. I think, again, I'm not forcing y'all to have a charge conference now. That would be something we would do at the close of evidence, and then we'll go from there.
Please proceed, Judge.
All right, let's bring the jurors back in. The defense is ready too, correct?
Yes.
All right.
Oh, you got to close the whole. Okay.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen of the jury. Welcome back. I hope everybody was able to get some rest last night. You've got coffee and snacks back to there, and everything's okay, good. By a show of hands, was there anyone on the jury not able to follow the court's previous instruction about doing any research, looking up anything, or discussing anything about their service as a juror on the case? Seeing no hands, we're ready to proceed. The state may call their next witness.
Judge, state would call Mr. Dante Anderson.
right, sir. If you'll just face clerk, raise your right hand, she'll swear you in.
Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I swear.
You can take the stand. Right up here.
Please watch your step.
You may proceed when you're ready.
Thank you, Your Honor. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Would you please introduce yourself to the ladies and gentlemen of the jury by telling them your name?
My name is Dante Anderson.
Now, Mr. Anderson, what do you do for work, sir?
Currently now I work at a hardware store, Lowe's, and I also go to school.
Now, back in July of 2023, specifically on the 22nd of July 2023, did you happen to work at Ace Hardware?
Yes.
And what did you do at Ace Hardware?
I was a floor manager. I was the closing manager.
And was there a overall manager that was also involved in that particular store?
Yes.
And what was his name?
So there was the GM. Her name was Tara
Okay.
at that time.
And was there another manager by the name of Carl Hewitt that worked at that?
Yeah. He was the operations manager.
Very well. Now, on the 22nd of July of 2023, were you working on that particular day?
Yes.
Okay. And there come a point in time in which you went to see a video of someone that had gone ahead and attempted to dispose of some items in a dumpster.
Yes.
Okay. Would you please describe for ladies and gentlemen of the jury how that came about?
So I believe all of the managers were in the office. We were talking, and we saw a car pull up to the back, and someone just dumping things. Carl was the manager that stepped out and approached the vehicle and had the conversation with them. Up until that point, I never went outside and talked after that.
And after Mr. Hewitt had gone ahead and confronted this individual and come back inside, was there a request made of you or someone else to go outside and retrieve an item?
No, but we were outside, and my corporate manager, Brad May, he was outside, and he found the axe on the side of the dumpster.
What did you find outside?
It was a Collins pitchfork or axe, double-sided, and he asked me to take it away because someone could get hurt with it.
And did you do that?
Yes, I brought it inside.
And what did the Collins pickaxe look like?
It was black. I don't remember how long, but black, yellow markings, and I believe it was Collins was the name of the brand.
And after you placed it inside, you kept it and maintained it inside the Ace Hardware?
Yes.
And was that until law enforcement was able to come and pick it up?
Right before they picked it up, I gave it to another employee by the name of Eddie, and he placed it into the storage bin of the warehouse where it was untouched until detectives arrived.
Now, Mr. Anderson, this has been previously admitted as Stacy's Exhibit number 42. And holding this up for you here today, you recognize that?
Yes, sir.
Does that appear to be one and the same pickaxe that would have been retrieved by the
Yes.
detective?
Yes, sir.
And since the last time you saw it back in July of 2023, was this the first time that you've seen it again?
Yes.
Thank you. I have no further questions for this witness, Judge.
All right.
So was it just laying up against the side of the dumpster?
Yes. When it was handed to me, it was just laying on the side of the dumpster. It was not there previously, and it was told to me to bring it inside.
Okay, and was there any other tools around?
Not immediately around.
All right, and then this model, is that sold in that Cape Coral Ace Hardware?
Yes. It's, I believe it's sold in all Aces.
Okay, and then they refer to it as a Maddox. Do you know why?
No, not personally.
Well, some of the pickaxes, they don't have the flat side? Do some of them, do all of them have the flat side on them?
Not every single one. I know there's a couple different options. That's usually they're presented.
Okay. All right, and then you took it and you put it in what, the manager office or?
I put it by the emergency exit, and then I gave it to Eddie to place into the holding bin of the warehouse.
Thank you.
No further questions for this witness, Judge.
All right, you can step down.
Yep.
Is he excused?
Yes, he is, Judge.
Any
Thank you.
objection?
No.
And you're excused from your subpoena, sir. All right, you may call your next witness.
Judge, they would call Mr. Frank Scarlato.
All right. If you'll just stand right there, raise your right hand, and the clerk will swear you in.
You solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
You can take the stand. And whenever you're ready to proceed.
Thank you, Honor. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Please introduce yourself to the ladies and gentlemen of the jury by telling them your name.
My name is Frank Scarlato.
And sir, where do you work?
I currently work for the Cape Coral Police Department.
And how long have you worked for the Cape Coral Police Department?
I am in my 10th year.
And in what capacity, sir?
Currently assigned as a detective.
Now, back in July of 2023, were you also working as a detective
I was.
for the Cape Coral Police Department?
Yes, sir.
Now, on the 22nd of July or shortly thereafter, were you tasked to go to an Ace Hardware in Cape Coral, on Cape Coral Parkway?
Yes, sir.
And what was the reason for you to go to that particular location?
I had previously been there with Detective Bierman, spoke with Mr. Anderson, and it had come to our attention that the specific pickaxe that we were looking for during this investigation had been located, and I went to go pick it up and bring it back to evidence.
Now, Detective Scarlato, this has been previously admitted as State's Exhibit number 42. Do you recognize that?
I do.
Does that appear to be substantially the same or similar to the pickaxe that you in fact recovered?
It is.
And that is the one that you in fact recovered?
Yes, sir.
And what did you do when you recovered this particular pickaxe?
From the location of the Ace Hardware, I went back to the Cape Coral Police Department where I was handed over to our evidence techs later for processing.
And then you placed it, and then it was placed in evidence?
Yes, sir.
And since that last time that you saw it, is this the first time that you've seen it since then?
Since that investigation, yes.
There's no further questions for this witness, Judge.
All right. Questions?
Which division are you a detective in
Currently, or
currently?
currently work for our Special Investigations Unit.
Okay, and then at the time of this, July 2023, what were you doing?
I was in our Major Crimes Unit at the time, specifically for our Special Victims Unit.
All right, and then an item such as this, if after you recover it, put it in evidence, if you're gonna submit it for fingerprints, DNA, something like that, would that be something you do, assisting, or would that be the case detective?
As far as doing the actual, like, examination on the item,
Yes.
I did not do any sort of fingerprinting or anything to that.
Who would, like, if it was your case, would the main case detective submit it for that, or?
To be submitted for that, yes, like, we would put it into evidence through our techs.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Any regret?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
All right, you can step down.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Is this witness excused?
Yes, Judge, thank you.
Any objection to him being excused? All right, sir, and you're excused from your subpoena. You may call your next witness.
Judge State would like to call Officer Dan Lillie.
I'm sorry, can you say the name again?
Dan Lillie,
Thank you.
Lille, Judge.
Sir, if you'll face the clerk, raise your right hand, she'll swear you in.
Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
All right, you take a stand.
Please watch your step.
You may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. Good morning, sir.
Morning.
Would you please introduce yourself to the ladies and gentlemen of the jury by telling them your name?
Officer Dan Lillie, Cape Coral Police Department.
And what do you do for the Cape Coral Police Department, sir?
I'm currently a school resource officer for Calusa Middle
And how long have you been with the Cape Coral Police Department?
since 2019.
Now, were you working on July 22nd of 2023?
Yes.
What were you doing back in July of 2023?
I was actually working patrol.
Okay, and what does that entail?
So patrol is we respond to calls on the road. It could be anything as far as car burglaries, whatever. Whatever comes through dispatch, we show up.
Now, back in July of 2023, specifically the 22nd, did you have occasion to go to a residence at 1835 Beach Parkway in Cape Coral?
I did.
And did you happen to go to the unit 303?
I did.
What was the reason for you to go to that particular location?
It was actually a call for service. It was a request for officer. Somebody wanted to file a missing persons report for somebody that was missing.
And did you ultimately go to that particular location?
Yes, I did.
Do you remember approximately about what time?
Actually, I do not. I know it was later afternoon.
And when you went to that location, did you come in contact with anyone?
Yes, I did.
And who did you come into contact with?
The defendant,
And who might that be, Mr. Christopher Davis?
Christopher Davis.
And do you see Mr. Davis here in the courtroom today?
I do.
Would you please point him out and describe an article of clothing that he's wearing?
White shirt, black pants, black shoes.
Judge, let the record reflect this witness has also identified the defendant.
All right.
Now, Officer Lillie, when you made contact with Mr. Davis, were you wearing what's known as a body-worn camera?
I was.
Okay. And could you please describe for the ladies and gentlemen of the jury what your policies are regarding body-worn cameras?
Body worn camera, before we even show up for the call, as soon as we get out of the car, we're supposed to activate it. And then it's supposed to play throughout the contact with civilians or whoever puts in the call. And then we turn it off once we're done with the call. So everything's supposed to be recorded.
All right. And was this interaction that you had with Mr. Davis recorded?
It was.
Judge, let the record reflect I'm showing defense counsel some previously marked as State's Exhibit number 44. May I approach?
You may.
Officer Lillie, I'm showing what's previously marked and identified as State's Exhibit number 44. Do you recognize that?
I do.
How do you recognize that?
That's my initials and my date signature that I saw it.
And does that indicate that you've gone ahead and reviewed this?
I did.
And is this a fair and accurate copy of your body-worn camera?
It is.
Were there any substantial alterations, deletions, or amendments to your body-worn camera?
No,
And this captured the entire interaction between you and Mr. Davis
it did.
on the 22nd of July of 2023?
Yes.
Judge, I will move State's Exhibit number 44 in evidence at this time.
Any objections?
Objection is the hearsay, no specific authority to present,
Overruled.
similar to yesterday's.
Okay. Overruled. Will be admitted.
Permission to publish, Judge?
You may.
Yeah, how you doing, Officer Lillie?
Hi, sir.
How you doing, sir?
I'm good, please come in.
Yep. What's going on?
So my boyfriend Barry, he hasn't been home in a few days. He told me he was going away with friends. His
Okay.
friends called me today, said that they haven't heard from him. Now I'm calling. I'm beginning to get in the middle stages of worried.
Okay.
He did leave his Apple Watch here. I just turned it on. And apparently he was having an Italian dinner with someone last night, and I think that things might be taking like a different
Okay.
kind of shape, but he is not responding to me or his friends.
So I saw in the notes, it said that he needed some space. Is that
Yeah.
correct?
Yes.
Okay.
So we have, like an open relationship, and,
Okay.
he's been talking to guys on Grindr and like doing that kind of thing, and so that's what he, like, that's what I took the space to mean, and it's because he goes out of town all the time, and if you wanna look at my phone, I can show you, he's done this 3 or 4 times, where he's, here,
Well, has he said anything that would alarm you, like he wants to harm himself?
no, he hasn't told me he wants to harm himself.
He just said he needed some space.
Yes, sorry.
Well, you got a great view up here, holy cow. Is there anything that he sent you?
No, here's the second here, with the head of my phone. Here it is. So, this is me texting him, please excuse some of the rude things that I've said.
That's fine.
But this is what he said. And then if you look here, if you wanna go back, you can see where like, he's ghosted me before,
What day was this
for
on?
days. This one right here,
Yeah, what is all that? Is that from yesterday?
no, this is from, another time, this is from about 3 weeks ago,
Okay.
where he did this same thing, which is why I didn't initially like freak out, but like, it's happening more and more frequently, and I don't know if he's got like, maybe he's got like a drug problem, or like you said,
Do you have any indication of any drugs?
no, and he's left no secrets, but like I said, he goes and leaves, like he, does business from home, I don't work.
Okay, okay.
And so he leaves and goes. He was just in Wisconsin for 2 weeks. He was in Los Angeles San Diego for 2 weeks. He was just in Chicago before that.
Okay. So when is the last time that
But if you look and see, this is what I'm saying, it's like, this has happened.
is this all you?
Yeah, this is all me.
Okay, he's
But
not
this is-
responding back.
Yeah, and so that was on July 5th.
Okay.
So that's what I'm saying, is like, this happens all the time.
Okay.
And so, I don't know what to do, but I wanted to go ahead and file a report because his friends are now saying that like I need to, because he's not responding to them. And,
Friends, the ones that went to Italian dinner or anything like that?
no, not the Italian dinner. The Italian dinner, I turned on his fucking Apple Watch, here, I'll show you.
I mean, do you have something that tracks him, like 360 or something like that?
So so the tracking goes to this, and that's why he left his fucking watch here. This is the later watch.
So you couldn't,
So I couldn't fucking track it because I follow his watch, you know.
okay.
But I went into it, and so this is what I found. Everybody's messaging him, where are you, where are you, where are you, and then this came up.
Let's see.
And this was, I'm sorry, and this was yesterday.
Yesterday. How did you feel about the Italian dinner yesterday? I thought we might try the new Chinese place that opened tonight. Okay.
And since I just turned it on, I can't see the back and forth, so until this person messages him again.
That's yesterday at 5 p.m. And he does have his cell phone with him?
Yes. He would have to.
Okay. And there was nothing with any type of harming himself or nothing like that? There's
No. Like I said,
no drugs?
no drugs that I know of.
Any
He
medical
has made
conditions?
mention- He has made mention, you know, that he may or may not have partaken in cocaine, that kind of thing, like to party, you know, it's like poppers.
Recreational?
You know, like,
He's not in trouble for anything.
but yeah, so I was on my way to Walmart today, and his friend called and was like, hey, what's up? And I was like, nothing, on my way to Walmart. He was like, where's Barry? And I was like, I thought Barry was with you. Because that's what he meant, because that's what I thought he said when he said he was going to go stay with friends.
Right. You said he does go out of town? can't do a missing persons report because there's nothing that shows that he's in danger. He hasn't said anything.
And what if
about
he's not here next
suicide.
week? Like, what if he's not here tomorrow?
You can call us again, but like I said, under the circumstances, there's nothing I can do for a missing person because it doesn't meet the criteria of anything endangered or anybody that wants to harm himself.
Okay.
So under the circumstances, I'm just kind of hoping that maybe he is staying away from his space. Maybe he doesn't want anybody to talk to right now. Maybe he's going out on his own, doing something. He'll eventually come back. All his stuff is still in his apartment. His vehicle's here. His iPhone watch is here.
Yes, I mean, he took some clothes, obviously, but
Okay.
there's some clothes that are gone and stuff.
So I mean, technically,
But he knows that I track him. That's one of the freaking arguments that we got into. It's because I turned,
And it could be.
find my iWatch on his phone because I thought it was chill.
and it
So
could
he
be.
left it here to be an asshole.
It could be. I mean, like I said, I don't know what you all do and what type of relationship you got or anything like that, but it seems like he needed some space. He wanted to head out. He maybe didn't want to talk to anybody around here for a while. And obviously, from the looks of it, he should be back because he left all his stuff. Okay? Yep. But like I said, I can document it that I did talk to you. Do you have a driver's license?
I do have to find it.
Okay. Well, like I said, I'm gonna leave a nice small little report saying what I came up with. I talked to you. This is what the deal is. He needs some space. He doesn't meet the criteria for harming himself. Doesn't have any medical issues. We're just hoping that he does come back.
Okay.
And you can call us
Just
again
in
later
case
down the road.
he's in trouble, would it be okay to just wait like a day or two and then actually just like do all of this? Because I don't want to file anything and then he shows up.
You could, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Right now, there's nothing that would investigate a missing person right now because he doesn't meet any criteria for it. So,
Okay, well then I will just, if he's not here by Tuesday or Wednesday, I'll just call you guys back.
and you guys can do that again. You can call again, say maybe something else you found out. Until then, you got an ID? That way so you get your information down.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. Yeah, you got a view. You don't notice this stuff from the road.
Thank you.
You know, I mean, it's a beautiful view here.
Downstairs in the car, you know,
That's okay. We'll just go with name and date of birth. Is it a Florida deal?
it's Alaska, I'm from Alaska.
Really? From Alaska?
Yeah.
Wow, what part?
Homer, Alaska.
Yeah, I've heard of Homer, yep. That's, is that the one all the way out west? It is. So you got to see all the mount, what do you call it?
No, so it's not out west, I'm sorry, it's on the tip of the Kenai Peninsula. It's like where the boats from the deserts catch and everything.
Yes, that's what I'm thinking. Okay, because I knew I saw Homer somewhere. Well, what's your first name?
Christopher? David?
You go by Chris or Christopher?
Christopher.
Christopher, what's your middle initial?
G?
And date of birth?
6989?
And it's out of Alaska, you said?
Yes.
Okay, just give me a minute, like I said, I'm just gonna go put it in there that way so it actually goes in what I'm gonna write. 11, I want Cape Denford to Dante. Always wanted to go to Alaska. Definitely wanna check it out. So like I said, I'm gonna take a small little report. I'm gonna say everything you got in there that way so everything's listed. Hopefully, today, tomorrow, or another day, he comes back. Yeah, nothing to worry about. Like I said, whatever you guys have, if you want this space, you want this space. We're gonna leave it at that right now, but I will take notes. I'll put down what happened, okay?
Thank you.
Yep. 11, okay? 129P by name, Denver. First name's gonna be Christopher, common spelling, middle initial G as in golf, last name is Davis, Delta, Alpha, Victor, India, Sierra, white male, date of birth is 6/9/89, it's gonna be out of Alaska. Okay. Smells good in here. How long y'all been together?
Almost 4 months now.
4 months?
Not too long.
In the beginning, did he do any of this, or is it?
I've just moved in not long ago. Yeah, it's always been like I mean, to put it into like some perspective, he's left town, like every other week since we've been together.
Is it business related, or is it just?
Business related, I guess.
What's he do for a living?
We're friends, he owns his own business, small block packaging group, it's like a small business. He's
Okay. anybody that you know of that he will answer? Any family members or anything like that?
Everybody's, I don't know his family.
No.
I was just telling his friend that his friend was like,
Okay. Not his mom or his dad or anybody?
I was supposed to go meet his mom and his dad or dad.
Ooh, sorry.
He has no family outside of that.
So there's nobody. Okay.
He has a friend, his best friend's name is Jennifer. She lives in Chicago, but I don't have her information.
You don't. Does anybody that you can get a hold of?
I have no idea.
I'm gonna say the best bet is try to get a hold of somebody that can at least confirm that, hey man, I'm in Chicago, I'm in, you know,
Well, his friend
wherever.
Miguel said he was gonna reach out to some people,
Okay.
because he knows, him and Miguel have been friends for years, and we met at a party at Miguel's house, actually.
Okay. Maybe try him.
I haven't talked to him, he also
Okay.
said he was gonna go and talk to the police too.
And just something to, you know, reassure you that, hey, I'm okay. You know, I'm in such and such, I will be back next week, I will be back tomorrow, you know, something like that, just to assure he's okay, you know? That would be the best bet, just try to get a hold of somebody that would actually know, you know, that he would confirm, hey man, I'm okay, you know, I'm coming back in the area, I wanted my space, I wanted to do this, I wanted to do that, you know, maybe it's a business trip, you know, whatever it is, you know. 11:01. You out of Florida?
No, Alaska.
It is Alaska?
Yes.
Last name is Davis?
Yes.
Okay, it's not coming back. Middle initial G? 26, thank you, I'll be back in one. Did you change the name or anything like that?
No.
No.
Nothing. But it has happened before.